There's always going to be this tension as cities and urban areas grow outward. There's always going to be this tension with the rural as the urban beats up against the rural and folks that live on the edge. And that what is important is that process of growth gets managed well. I joined the Durham Planning Commission in about 2017. Started seeing these cases out in this area. Very large cases, of course, 40 acres, 50 acres, 60 acres. This one's 80 acres. All residential rezoning cases and annexation cases, and immediately became alarmed and looked at the amount of land out there and thought, oh my God, what if we just sprawl all throughout all of Southeast Durham? And I also thought, wow, what an opportunity. What if we imagined what if we created a plan and imagined what Southeast Durham could look like? What if it was connected by mixed-use walkable nodes that were concentrated so that there was high density that was potentially reached by transit, and it was concentrated and compact so that we protected all of the open space that was necessary to protect, so that we integrated the fabric of natural and urban together. And I know not everyone would be happy with that, but that would be a way that is sustainable. And as we look at the climate crisis, as we look at sustainability, this crisis is also a crisis globally. It's also a crisis locally, what we are doing and what we have done. And fast forward from that time that I joined the Planning Commission, started envisioning, seeing what was happening, envisioning what was possible in that area. Fast forward to today, thousands upon thousands upon thousands, almost 10 square miles of residential sprawl, auto-oriented, auto-dependent development out in this area. Deeply, deeply concerning. And I was fighting against it. I was fighting against it before Preserve Rural Durham was fighting against it, before Preserve Rural Durham made it cool. But I think with a different perspective, that we can grow, that we should grow, but that we need to manage that growth and we need to do it well. We need to do it sustainably. And we can accomplish these things by growing in a compact, walkable way that is transit-oriented while also protecting the environment that is so important. And so I've been fighting against these cases, case after case, for many years, and that's not going to stop today. What I will say is that some of the elements that are being proposed this evening are ones that I would have been envious of 7 years ago when I was first looking at these cases. They didn't have some of the things that were being proposed this evening in terms of the construction of the Greenway. We went years without getting construction of Greenway and just getting public right-of-way. Now we have tons of public right-of-way out there. Someone needs to construct the Greenway. The mix of housing types, thousands of acres of a single use of housing, a single kind of housing type and typology out in these areas. This one is proposing a mix, and a mix of uses, kind of, with the 12,000, maximum 12,000 square feet of commercial. But what we have done is created thousands upon thousands of acres of autocentric sprawl in the middle of a climate crisis. We've created an environmental crisis out in Southeast Durham, and that's not something that I can ignore. So my vote will be no this evening. I'm too worried about infrastructure. I'm too worried about public facilities and services. I'm too worried about public parks and public park access. I'm too worried about car dependency and continuing to go down that route. I can't, with conscience, vote for this case, and so I will be voting no this evening. Thank you.